Hey people, what's happening? Joy here once again. Today I feel I'm going to do two videos back to back. First one is going to be a fragrance review. Second part, rather, which would be a separate video, of course, which going to be upon request. One of our brothers asked me, excuse me, what are your top favorite or rather longest lasting fragrance in your collection, right? So I thought let's just have some fun and just do it, right? So let's look at the first segment. Let's look at the fragrance that I was talking about. And for this video, I'm going to look at one of the beautiful classic vintage fragrance from the back in the days. All right, it's called, as you can see from the title, Dior Eau Sauvage, the EDT concentration. All right. So basically, it's absolutely, it's just if you really think of Dior, you always think of quality. That's what you're gonna get from this. So from the back in the time until now, and I believe in future, Dior is going to be Christian Dior is going to be one of those fragrances that gives you quality all the way, all the way. Okay, so let's see. All right, so the as I mentioned, this one is the fragrance is called Eau Sauvage. Don't confuse it with the new one, the Sauvage, because the similar sort of name, but the thing is entirely different fragrances, maybe belong to the same class but different fragrances. All right, so this original one, the one I have with me is actually the reformulated version, more like the recent one, even though it's not exactly very brand new, but then it's more like the newer version, which was 2009. And the face of this fragrance was Alan Dillon, the popular and famous actor. All right, so the original one of this, the one that created the hype and created the legacy, that one was released in back in 1966. I was not even born then, I'm pretty sure. My uncles, my big bros, and like friends of my father and stuff, their time, this was the fragrance, all right, back then. So what are the prominent notes in this? Okay, so this fragrance, the I'll just tell you the notes first, then I'll tell you what are the prominent notes, which is to my nose. Okay, the notes that's described in fragrantica, it's lemon, basil, bergamot, cumin, lavender, fruity notes, rosemary, rose, sandalwood, patchouli, and then amber, musk, and vetiver. So these are the notes that's enlisted in the fragrance net or fragrantica everywhere basically. So to my nose, this fragrance, the smell that I get from this, the prominent notes that I get from it are lemon, bergamot, rosemary, and not maybe so much of sandalwood, but woodsy elements and musk in the dry down. Okay, so let's talk about it. All right, this fragrance is 100 ml as I mentioned, and it's EDT concentration, and the price in the Dior counter, if you pay upfront, I don't think it's heavily discounted. You have to pay somewhere close to 100 USD every time if you want to purchase a Dior 100 ml EDT concentration fragrance basically. All right, excuse me. So there are a few fragrances. Okay, first of all, this fragrance is actually the big daddy. I call it the big daddy of all lemon based fragrances. All right, if you can think of 1966, back in the days, what people were doing back then, not much, I guess. I mean, they were doing something, but not as much as advanced, or so many technology was not up. So back in the days, you'd imagine a fragrance like this that comes out, and then you think of Paris, it's made in France and stuff. So this is actually big, like still very popular fragrance in France. I think a lot of French reviewers and then French models and advertisement going on this. All right, so very popular fragrance in France especially. All right, so if you think of back then, this is the one that started creating it for the lemon based fresh summer sort of fragrances. All right, manly as well. Okay, close fragrance to this, if you really want to like explore more, I would say Armani's Eau pour Homme. This is suggested by one of my British friends who are also member of the group. And then Eau Sauvage Parfum, yeah. The and then there's another one, that one the same bottle design but then a little bit different color combination, just like the Parfum is more like a black top with a magnetic cap. This one doesn't come with a magnetic cap, very classic. And the extreme one is the black bottle basically. So I think if you're looking for a bit more amped up version, you want to look into the Parfum or the extreme. Okay, I'll talk about it in a while. Okay, as well as your lemon based scents. What are the best lemon based scent in the designer games? I think Dior Homme Sport, still with the current formulation, Dior Homme Cologne, Sauvage somehow, and then the Chanel, I think Chanel Allure Edition Blanche, very beautiful, very creamy and elegant lemon cream pie, lemon scent. Yeah, this is the one they all should thank to, all right, because this fragrance started the trend. So there are not that many reviews of this. I didn't find that many solid review on this. Marks and few other guys, they reviewed this, and Mark kind of said this is outdated. So I'll let you know if I think this is outdated or not. I may agree with him, may not agree with him, all right. So uh, this fragrance, all right, what do I get from this fragrance? So let me show you the presentation first. Sorry, the box that comes in, it's like a bit damaged here because I think while I was carrying, or rather, bringing it from Malaysia to Bangladesh, it got a bit damaged. So it has the very nice white elegant, like, very nice clean and masculine sort of box with a sticker. It's not really a sticker, it's more like a stick on, but yeah, it's a silver that goes around all the way. All right, it says Eau Sauvage, EDT, and then Dior. Okay, and at the side is my price. I didn't take it off. At the bottom you're gonna get your batch code and whatnot. All right, so basically, yeah, very nice elegant looking box, typical class from Dior. Okay, if you look at the presentation for the bottle, one of the bottles I really wanted in my collection. I craved for this fragrance for a very long time. I have a little bit history with this. When I was 6 or 7 years old, the kind of quarter we used to live in, my dad's colleagues, my dad is a professor, he teaches. So where he used to live, we used to live in a big campus, a lot of apartments and stuff. So one of those uncles, who are those, he came, he has his PhD and he got back to Bangladesh and started teaching. He used to wear this when he used to go play tennis, or even when for weddings or parties. So for my childhood memories, you know, I remember this fragrance whenever he used to go down the stairs and stuff. I used to smell this, and I always thought, I never knew what fragrance he used to wear, right? So I smelled it once, I think on the streets of KL, like Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. One of the guys were wearing it. I stopped him. I'm like, hey bro, excuse me. That fragrance you're wearing is very nice. It reminds me of so much of my childhood. Could you please tell me what you're wearing? So I was not quite sure at that point, like what that would be, or how much that would cost. Just wanted to know for my reference sake, right? And he told me Dior Sauvage, Eau Sauvage, sorry. And he said you can find it's a bit expensive, but it's like from the older collection. So yeah, I went and I tried it. I loved it so much, and I craved for the bottle. You see the bottle design, as I told you. Let me show you the cap actually. Very light sort of plastic cap with a shiny feel, bit like, yeah, be shiny. And inside got white. The sprayer works fine. It's just a typical sprayer, very standard sprayer from Dior, very good still. The bottle has this beautiful pattern of water. You'd imagine like on the beach or something, like, the water just left. It's like the water waves on the beach. That's the sort of feel I get from it. Okay, and then the sticker follows all the way around. Okay, at the back you see some information. It says the EDT concentration is France and 100 ml. Okay, and it says Eau Sauvage, Christian Dior, and it's Paris. Okay, the bottom, I believe, there is just your serial batch code or something like that. Okay, so basically, yeah, let me show you the sprayer, then I'll tell you what it smells like, what it gives me. All right, here you go. So very decent spray, as you can see. Still sprays a lot of juice, and this is more, actually, to be honest, more like EDC sort of a fashion, like it is sort of a styled cologne. All right, they say EDT, but I feel like it's more like eau de cologne, that sort of feel, very light and airy. If you're also familiar with Chanel Allure Homme Sport, the cologne version, all right, so that sort of feel. Wow, I hardly use this. Like, I just use this on some of the days when I need to cheer myself up, lift my mood up. That's when I put this. I don't use it every day. Very masculine, casual summer scent, but very sort of like formal, manly, you know, elegant. And some of the words I wrote also, you get the feel of this Italian, Sicilian, that sort of, you could imagine, maybe Al Pacino when he was the Godfather, son of Godfather, like back in the days, the Godfather people, the families, they would be wearing this, that sort of a Sicilian, Italian, that sort of gangster sort of feel. You'd imagine also on the lake by the boat, you're wearing, ladies wearing hat, and you're also wearing hat with your suit, and you have like handkerchief on the pocket, and you're rowing, not before the scene, just like, you know Corleone or something, they get his brother killed. No, not before the murder scene, maybe. Very romantic, very relaxing and classy, those drama sort of feel. What else you get? I also get the masculine notes, like, it was me. Usually lemon, when you think of lemon, it smells like typical sports, like one of those synthetic. And today's version is like always like all of them are synthetic and typical. Those little bit lemon disappears, little bit vetiver or something else. It's just gone in 2 3 hours. Basically, it's nothing scent. This, let me tell you, if you haven't looked into this and you think this is just like a poor longevity and that sort of a EDC, as I mentioned, it's like a poor performer. Think again. The smell you get from it, up top, very very bright, original, authentic lemon. If you're just going and then, grabbing the lemon from the tree and you just take it out, or you just like rub the lemon a little bit on your skin, that's what you're gonna get on the top. Very beautiful, not synthetic at all. That sort of lemon feel from this right on the top. And bergamot, the freshness, the zestiness. I must tell you, if you think ultra zest is your zesty orange, this could be your zesty lemon. Even I like it so much better. I like it over Dior Eau Sauvage, as well as the Edition Blanche of Chanel, if you know how beautiful those scents are. Yeah, so pleasant. That lemon also mixed with a little bit of rosemary. As I told you, I get that prominent note of rosemary, mixes perfectly, and that gives you the little bit of you know how to say, it's not naughty, it's a little bit like, not just lemon, it's not just sporty or light scent, it gives you that feel of how to say, posh and richness, like rosemary. It's used in fragrances with lemon, so that you get like, if you're wearing a suit, a lemon based scent still can be really beautiful and gorgeous to pull. All right, so there's I think Cartier Pasha, or there was not Cartier Pasha, there was one other fragrance, I think Boucheron, Pour Homme, there's one fragrance, also has the feeling of lemon but disappears very, very quickly. This one, the fragrance basically, let me tell you, no joke, I mean, let's not exaggerate, alright? This is not gonna give you that long performance, okay? Most of the people, 80% of the people, they're gonna say they get about longevity 5 to 6 hours from this, okay? If you're really lucky, your skin is good, your weather is really fantastic, with this formulation of 2009, you're gonna get about 5 to 6 hours max. Projection, also somewhere like in the mid range. It projects very nicely for the first opening hour, then slowly sits close to your skin for your own personal enjoyment. Okay, so projection and longevity, I give it 6, both 6. All right, versatility, the winter. If you really like the smell of this, the lemon and the fresh, the rosemary and then bergamot. All right, you would like to look into the perform version or the extreme. Extreme is little, I mean, this is, to me, in terms of smell, this is better. But then the perform version, I believe, is gonna give you performance for the winter. You're gonna get a little bit of darker, like the bergamot is there, up there on top, as well as vetiver and myrrh. So the myrrh note gives that body, that the longevity, and that the beast mode projection, and sort of like cloud around you. So you want to look into the perform version. This is more like a summer scent. Beautiful days of summer, beautiful, if you can imagine in Italy, like if you see a little bit breezy autumn days, a little bit like birds singing, and a little bit wind going on, the leaves are moving, happy, and the father is playing with his son. It's like guy who's married, most probably a married guy, signature scent worthy for them. Maybe I think of my uncle, so it comes to me as a bit mature guy, right? So compliments wise, this is not going to be your cheap compliments like, oh yeah, flirt. You're gonna get those up class sort of compliments from more how to say, accomplished people in your society, right? Like if you're in a family visit, other families come and visit, they're gonna smell this, they're gonna think you have very good taste, you're very manly, at the same time you're not like very old. So the thing is, when I say it's daddy of all, or lemon based fragrance, it's not really like grandfather sort of like, your skin is like going like bit there, and all your beard and everything's like white. No, not that old man scent. All right, grown up man, 30 and up. For them, signature scent worthy. All right. See, the lemon is actually, I wish the lemon little bit stayed a bit longer. At least 15 to 20 minutes would be great. But unfortunately, just like the Armani's, this one I mentioned, Upor very beautiful, gorgeous lemon note on that, similar to this, disappears very, very quickly, which is a bit disappointing. So the lemon note, back in the days, I heard, it lasted much longer. I wish it lasted a bit longer on my skin, but then I don't mind reapplying. For indoor use, for not so like even for the hotter days, people talk about you don't want to wear something that's very cloying or very strong for the hotter summer days, and you pull out something like Dior Homme cologne, the blue beautiful juice, for light and airy, that sort of feel. This, you can look into this. Very uncommon these days. Not everybody's wearing this. I hardly suspect younger folks are wearing this. So if you want to be a bit manly, if you're wearing a suit, if you're wearing your white shirt, and as I told you, you're wearing a hat, you think of a little bit like you are Robert De Niro or Al Pacino sort of mafia people, up class, educated, at the same time, kill them all. You know what I mean? We are the Godfather family. Yeah, Godfather's family scent, signature. To me, that's what this is to me. Treasure it so much. The quality of lemon, so good, very authentic, very up class sort of top quality sort of ingredients in this, okay? And nothing synthetic about this fragrance. That's what I love about this, okay? So the overall presentation also very beautiful. I give this 10 out of 10 just because of the pattern. And since this started it all, okay? This fragrance that started it all, so the bottle credit goes to the original. So 10 out of 10 for the presentation, right? So what else do I get? I have to tell you this one other thing, aspect of this fragrance. It's uplifting. If you need your mood to be cheered up, like you need instant mood cheering, right? Like if your beer makes you happy or something, that cheers you up. This can cheer you up in the hottest days of summers, okay? There's a poster in the back in the days. It says somewhat like a naked man walking with a towel. He doesn't give a shit. He just came out of the shower. He's applying it. Just walking in his personal space. If you remember Platinum Egoist from Chanel, that sort of man that totally in his own world. Yeah. So naked man is right, my friends. Okay, you want to be naked? You go, my friends. Seriously, you guys go. Put this on. Enjoy your manliness, masculinity. That's what Dior Eau Sauvage to me represents. Okay, so my overall mark for this, I'm gonna give this 9 out of 10. Why? Because as I told you, this one is the one that started the trend of lemon-based fresh fragrances. All right, and then in the end you get some sandalwood and Utsi and the mask and the vetiver. So basically, it doesn't die with a bang so much. It gives you that projection and longevity about 4 to 5 hours in my case. So if you can max it like with some sort of tricks and magic tricks, you're gonna get maximum 6 hours. So for the projection, longevity, that sort of poor performance, I take away 1 mark. But for the smell, for the thing, the tradition it started, the culture it started, 9 out of 10. All right. So there you go. So that's my review for Dior Eau Sauvage. I hope you guys give it a try and see. If you are a fan of lemon, give it a try. Okay. So before I finish, all right, I have got with me 7 tips today. This is more about the lifestyle, health, something to do with how to make better, how to like make everything better, when you want to start a day. All right. So let's see. So my first tip is going to be for you. This is what I learned from one of my teachers in school. He used to tell me, like in the whole school, he would tell, when you wake up in the morning, right? Before you do anything else, brush your teeth, stretch and whatnot. First thing you do, you pour water in a glass of mug. I mean, like not glass of mug. What am I saying? In a mug, you just fill it up, like you'd imagine someone like a mug like this. You fill it up and drink the water without anything else. Before doing anything else, eating, drinking. When you drink that water, it's going to help you circulate your blood flow much faster. You're gonna wake up much nicer, and then your the sleepiness and stuff is gonna go away very, very fast. Okay, and then if you have some headache also and whatnot from the previous day of drinking and whatnot, it's gonna help you. So water, very, very important. Stay rehydrated, hydrated. Okay, start the day with water. Okay. Second is moisturize. This topic is so important. I have seen the implication of this in my life, so I'm going to tell you how important this is. when you live in a hotter, humid country, and if you have like dry skin, you guys gonna suffer like many of us suffered, all right? And the thing is, if you go out in the winter, you're gonna see your hands and everything's gonna turn a little bit like, dry and white and stuff. It's gonna look pretty nasty, and you're gonna feel like your skin is like, stretching and stuff. Not a very nice feeling. And even if you want to use your fragrance and make them last longer, use moisturizer. Your skin is gonna be much richer. You're gonna lift your mood up. You're gonna get good performance for fragrances, as well as it's gonna look nice. You're gonna get that shiny feel, and you're not gonna feel like you're getting the irritation from the dry skin. Okay, so moisturize with whatever your thing is: creams, baby oil, any other stuff, substance that you use, body butter and cream and whatnot. Go for it. Okay, aloe vera, very important. Third, this one I follow in my personal life, and this one actually is changing my life. I have a little bit problem of diabetes. All right, not very big fan, but I'm not really sad about it because I love sugar, love drinking coke, whatnot. All right, but still I want to live a little bit longer, and then don't want to get so sick. So what I do is every day you put in the morning after you drink your water and whatnot, wash your face, brush your teeth, just go for a walk, morning walk, 40 minutes. Somehow you put in morning or afternoon. I suggest morning because morning is the fresh time, everything is a bit more empty, and you have the peace of the mind in the morning and stuff. Put 40 minutes of walk every day. If you get to sweat, it's going to change your life drastically. The sweat that you have, all the toxin things from your body from last night, the night before, they leave you, right? And then when you come home, since the walking also helps, walking helps you generate, it exercises your brain. Okay, these ones I learned all this time. I've been learning from different magazines and websites, so I'm telling you, sharing my knowledge. So when you walk, it exercises your brain. You're gonna start the day with so much more positivity than many others. Okay, so put 40 minutes workout. Even don't go on the treadmill so much. Treadmill kind of sucks because you just same place. You're just going nowhere, right? When you walk, you get to see the morning, some animals, people waking up, people going to work, that sort of thing. Observation. Beautiful thing, if you can get 40 minutes work like walking or even running. Okay. Fourth one, food habits. Very, very important. Okay. I don't know, it's not a must for everyone. I'm not gonna say it's a must for everyone, but then if possible, right? Try to have very healthy sort of starting in the day. Try to have a very solid breakfast. When you have like even brunch, you can go for brunch. You combine your lunch and breakfast, and you have a nice hearty meal, not those ham and sort of like you take all this greasy stuff. No, you take your beans, eggs, some greens, some fresh orange juice and stuff, and some nice maybe oatmeal bread and stuff. Start the day positive. If you're in full stomach, likely you're not going to be that upset. Okay. So my experience, my life story is go heavy on the breakfast, a little bit lighter on the lunch, and really not so much. Please avoid rice at night. You're going to lose weight if you're trying to lose. All right. Next one, 5. It's getting a bit longer again. I'm going to try to finish it within 25 minutes. All right. Sleep. Very, very important. Every day, a man or a woman, everybody needs adequate amount of sleep. If you sleep too less, it's bad for you. If you sleep too much, also bad for you. Okay. And sleeping in the right time. The best time, I think, if you can sleep within from like 10 p.m. and you wake up by 6, perfect. Try to get 6 to 7 hours. Okay. If you sleep too much, what's going to happen to you? You're going to wake up sometimes with bad headache because you already, dehydrated because you overslept. All right. So don't do it too much. Okay. And then sleep at the right time. Don't sleep middle of the day that I'm doing right now because of the change and stuff. But then, yeah, try to get good sleeping hours in the right time. Number 6. Okay. Number 6 is very important. Caffeine and alcohol. Try to minimize it. Okay. Because if you're working, caffeine and alcohol, what it does is it makes you very, very, dehydrated. If you keep drinking coffee all the time, you're gonna feeling more thirsty, and then you're having headache and stuff. You're not feeling so good. You have some gassy problem, gastric problem and all. Try to have a good sip of coffee in the morning, so it wakes you up, gets you the energy for the day. But don't drink coffee throughout the whole day. Or even better is tea. All right, green tea, something like lighter tea with chamomile tea, that sort of comfort tea. Very nice. Okay. Ice lemon tea, great, with less sugar. Okay. And alcohol, what can I say about alcohol? Party in the weekends, man. Don't drink like, guys, what's up? so freaking drunk right now. Oh shoot, it's Monday. If you're that guy, you're in trouble. The last one, very important and most important tip of them all. Let me tell you, smile. It makes it so much better. Always find an excuse to smile. Even if you cannot smile, try to smile. It makes a huge difference in the mindset or your positivity or your general mental and physical health. Try to find a way, try to distract yourself. Go out there, play with babies or puppies or whatnot. When you smile, the world smiles with you. So that's it. Thank you very much. That's the end of the first segment. And wait for my second video to be uploaded, which is my 10 strongest smelling fragrances, longest lasting. All right. Take care, guys. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon.